Good day, students. Welcome to our subject Physical Education 4. I am your lecturer, Mr. Rodolfo B. Fajardo Jr. Today, we will discuss the lesson 3. It is about the Filipino traditional games. The topics that we are going to discuss later on are about the Patentero, Tumbanpresso, Luxon Technique, and the last one is about the board games. Let us now begin in our topic 1. It is about the Patentero. Patentero is derived from Spanish word tinte, tint or ink, in reference to the drawn lines. And another name for it is tubigan, tubiganay, or tubig-tubig, or we called water games, due to the fact that the grid lines are also commonly drawn by wetting the ground with water. Block and catch, referring to the game mechanics. So there are some information and details that we need to remember about this topic. Let us begin with our first question. Who do you think made Patentero? They are the Samahang Makasining. Patentero is one of the most popular Filipino street games. In 1997, Samahang Makasining, or we called Artist Club, Incorporated. They created time-based scoring like basketball or baseball. Each team player is composed of 6 people and 4 players and 2 waiting as replacements. So let us now proceed to our second to the last question about this topic. Why do you think Patentero is important? Always remember that Patentero is more than a team game. It has also developed the player's gross motor skills, hand-eye coordination, and strategic thinking. Another thing, the game is also promotes team building. So that's the reason why it is important. So let us now proceed to our last question for this topic. So what are the given benefits of Patentero? This time, let me give you the specific example of given benefits of this kind of game. Remember that it can give an opportunity to learn new things. Next is it can help in physical development. It is also can boost creativity. And also it can help acquire social skills. And second to the last is it can help develop a positive attitude. And the last one is it can help in personality development. So that's the reason why it is important to play. So let us now proceed to our next topic. It is about the Tumbanpresso. So let me give you another question for this topic. What is the history of Tumbanpresso? Always remember that Tumbanpresso is a unique traditional game in the Philippines that is favorite among Filipino children. The name of this sport is derived from the Filipino words tumba, which means to fall, and preso, which means prisoner, translating to fallen prisoner. The game is played on backyards, streets, and open areas. Let us proceed to our next question. So what are the skills involved in Tumbanpresso? Always remember that Tumbanpresso involves much physical activity like running. It is also skills in strategic planning and agility to avoid being tagged. Another thing, Tumbanpresso is not just a game. It is also a fun outdoor physical activity that helps players develop strategy planning skills and agility. Let us now move on to our second to the last question about this topic. Where did Tumbanpresso originated? Remember that Tumbanpresso is a street game that originated in our country, which is the Philippines. And it has elements of both dodgeball and tag. And it teaches children strategic thinking. Let us now proceed to our last question about this topic too. The question is, how do you play Tumbanpresso? Always be reminded that one player or the taya, the it guards the milk can while the other stays behind the throw line with their pamatok. The objective is to the players to hit and knock down the milk can with the pamatok, and for the it to put back the can inside a small circle a few meters away from the throw line. I hope you already know what are the instructions and the basic steps on how to play this kind of game. Let us now proceed to our third topic, the Luxon Technique. Always remember that Luxon Technique is about the jumping over thorns. It is also a popular game in the Philippines. And always remember that this is originated in Cabanatuan, Nueva Ecija, who played by two teams with equal numbers of players. The game also involves players sitting on the ground and other players jumping over parts of their body. As you can see in our example picture, they are presenting the position on how to play Luxon Technique. So let me give you another question for this topic. So what do you think are the rules of Luxon Technique? For you to understand better this kind of game, please listen carefully. The objective of the game is for all players in a team to jump over the height of the filled hands of the opposing team. A player must avoid hitting the filled hands with any part of his body or clothing. And another thing, the two mothers are expected to be high jumpers. The first to jump is decided by the mothers by tossing a slippers. It is also a common game in our country, so I hope you already know how to play it. So what are we waiting for? Let us now move on to our last topic, which is about the board games. Remember that the board games are traditionally a subset of tabletop games that involve counters or pieces moved or placed on a pre-marked surface or board, according to a set of rules in common parlance. However, a board game needs not necessarily contain a physical board. So this time, let me give you the benefits of playing board games. We have playing board games brings people closer, strengthens relationship, and can help you meet new people. And also we have playing board games increases brain function. And also we have playing board games teaches you how to set goals and be patient. And the last one is playing board games is great for reducing stress and makes for laughter. So here's the example picture. This time, let me give you the classic board games. There's a reason these classic board games have been around for ages. They are fun to play and sure to liven up any setting. Here is the list of example board games of all time. We have chess, checkers, backgammon, Monopoly, and the last one is Scrabble. So later on, I will give you an example video for this kind of board games. So please get ready. We are already done in our lesson 3. So let me give you our references. See you to our next session, which is the last lesson. Lesson 4. We will discuss the presentation of new recreational games. Topic 1, the group-by-group presentation of games. And the topic 2 is about the points. Thank you for listening and watching. God bless.